It's been 2 months since my total abdominal hysterectomy. I am way on the other side, and I am here to talk about the good, the bad, the sucky parts, but also to give you guys some hope, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you, hang in there. So I did make some notes. I just wrote down week 1 to 2 was kind of in the slums, really a lot of self-talk.
That everything will be fine, lots and lots of online search, yada yada yada.
So for me, the first and second week were the hardest, just because I was relying so much on my husband and my daughters to even help me get out of bed. A lot of women do better with situations like these. I felt like I could not swing my legs off the bed. I needed help, getting out of a chair. No, that's a lie. I couldn't even sit in a chair. I was laying propped up by like 8 pillows, and my legs were propped up, and I needed help with moving my pillows. Like, everything was so painful, and I could not even believe that it was as bad as it was. So there's this website called hystersisters.com, which is this online forum with a lot of women in the same situation as yourself. And that really, really helped me. You do read some scary things because every situation is a little bit different. And if you do go and do your research and read scary stories, a quick disclaimer, you do have to realize that a lot of women post more of their problems on this website than the positive stories, if you know what I mean. So the women that have no problems don't post, or don't post as much on Hyster Sisters to let everybody know, if you know what I mean. So, but nonetheless, it was very, very helpful to me. Just to know that I'm not the only one. I did a lot of YouTube research. I watched a lot of videos. It helped. It really helped. There's a blog, and I will link it also down below. I think it's called One Girl and One Uterus or something like that. And that blog helped me a lot because she went from week to week to week. And it really moved like that. When I was like in week 2 and laying in my bed thinking it's never going to get better, I read her blog, and she was like, oh, on week 4 I felt like this, and on week 5 I felt like this. I'm like, I'll never get there. I never will feel that good. And time does pass, and I did. So incision wise, I had a 2nd week post-op appointment. My abdominal incision had healed perfectly fine, just the way it's supposed to feel. I told my doctor that I was feeling this tremendous pressure in my pelvic area, like I could not deal. It felt like my insides were coming out, or my insides were moving. It just felt like I had to hold my stomach at all times. And at my 2-week appointment, I mentioned that. I'm like, yo, I'm 2 weeks post-op. Why do I have the need to hold my stomach? And she just kept telling me, no, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. You had major surgery. Everything is just fine. So I'm like, what do you do? I guess it's fine. Week 3, I was still laying in the bed, feeling sorry for myself. And I look at my notes. Yeah, I have notes that say, again, week 3, trying not to feel sorry for myself. I did do a lot of praying and research, and just really being good to myself and good to my mind, saying, yo, this is what it is. The more you rest, the better you heal. And that is true. That, you know how they say, don't lift above 10 pounds, don't lift about over 10 pounds. I mean, do not lift over 10 pounds. Just don't. Don't bend. Don't bend down. Don't stretch up. Don't be woozling around your kitchen or your house trying to do stuff. And I read about this beforehand. I'm like, I'm not going to be like this. Shoot, it's hard. I wanted to be there for my kids and cook and do stuff. Everybody was bored, and my husband took over the house. Thank you. It wasn't easy. It was a period of just hanging in there. What also concerned me was the speed of my walking. I was waddling, walking super slow. I could not even imagine this speed, or not really speed, but the pace I was going. I'm like, there's no way I'll ever walk faster again. Week 2, I think it was like the 16th day, I went to see the Avengers Endgame. I felt fit enough to do so. And just to walk from the car into the theater, everyone was just passing us. Everyone. It was okay watching the movie because it had like the reclining seats and the legs up type of thing, and I did bring a pillow and I did prop my legs up. I didn't even care. But on the way back home, I had so much swelling and the pain started. I was due for my next pain medication dose, which I was on ibuprofen 800 every single 6 hours on clockwork, because that's what really helped. But on the way home, I just had it. I wanted to be in bed and be left alone. And the whole jostling or jousting, you know, the whole moving, the insides moving, like on the way home, if my husband would take a right turn, the insides, or it felt like my insides, are going to the left. If he would turn left, it felt like my insides are moving right. It's just disgusting, to be honest. Here, week 2 to 3, I still had a lot of pressure on my belly, vagina area, like that whole pelvic area, just pressure. Walking still super slow. And I'm starting to walk down the steps, like up and down the steps more and more, really, really slow. Week 2 to 3, I started cooking small little dinners, like, you know, like some damn quesadillas. Oh, before I forget, week 2, that was the 14th day post-op. I had a tattoo appointment scheduled way before I even knew about my hysterectomy, so I got this tattoo done. The biggest thing that bothered me during recovery wasn't necessarily the fact that I couldn't move the way I wanted to move and yada yada yada. It was the sensation I had on my stomach, like the top of my stomach. It felt like it was on fire and burning. I couldn't touch it because it was burning. When I was wearing sweats, I had to, well, that's the only thing I was wearing, sweatpants. I'm like, almost 9 weeks, no, I'm 8.5 weeks post-op right now. So right now I'm fine. I can't believe I can touch my stomach and it's fine. But week 1, 2, 3, 4, I definitely had some burning sensation on top of my stomach. It hurt when the band of my pants, or my sweatpants, were touching my stomach, or the blanket would touch my stomach. I would lay there and really just lift up the fabric because I could not stand the feeling of the whatever fabric touching my skin. Kind of like frostbitten almost. And again, I did a lot of research and it just eased my mind that those things are completely normal because it's, I guess, nerves rebuilding, reactivating, something like that. What really bothered me though was in my pelvic area on the left side, like where the leg meets the pelvic area, okay? There was this one particular nerve that I really thought I have permanent nerve damage and I need to see a specialist and they have to go back in and do something because something went wrong. That's what I really was thinking, because taking a couple steps, it would just stab me. So it's a stabbing sensation. That's how I felt it. It's like somebody is or cutting my nerve with itty bitty little scissors, like, or taking a little knife and just poking me. It was terrible. I couldn't deal with it anymore because I wouldn't know when it's gonna pop up. I just walk or move or just try to turn and it just comes and cha. Yeah, it cha-cha'd me. That crap hurt. I remember the day before it stopped, and I feel like it peaked. Like week 1 and 2 was painful. Week 3, 3.5, it got really bad. And I remember doing a little, you know, making some rice and cooking dinner and moving slowly. And it was so bad. I was just in tears, snot and tears. I could not take it anymore. The next day it was gone and never came back. That's why I feel like it kind of peaked and then it went away. So if you're experiencing it, because I was Googling like a mad woman everywhere. I just needed to know. And a lot of women have this problem too. And some women say it can take up to like 8 weeks, or some have it 3 months, which I can't even imagine, but it does go away. It does go away. Take it from me, it does go away. So on my list right here, I have day 21. It's just my little notes. Kind of cleaned up. Feeling a bit more positive. Definitely. Also, catching myself lounging in bed. Comfy, but still pillows. Sleeping flat again. What I meant with that was, yeah, I remember that. I would be in bed, still my pillows, and my legs up, but I would be laying a little bit more cash, you know, just, hey, with the remote in my hand, just not thinking about my condition, you know, like, oh my gosh, I can't move, like, no, yeah. It was just more relaxed. I'm like, oh yeah, my hysterectomy. And that right there got me feeling a lot more positive, because that was already a step up from before, obviously, if you know what I mean. So that made me really happy, and that just kind of like lifted my spirits. And also what I have done, I just felt like it. I mean, it's not like I was thinking about sex or making out or anything, but I just happened to be on savagexfenty.com, you know, Rihanna's lingerie website. And I was like, crap, let me order some underwear for when I feel better. And that kind of helped. So I ordered a shit ton of underwear, and when that stuff came, I think it was week 4, I just felt so good about myself. Like I treated, hey, stop scratching on the wall, doggy. Sorry, dog. So yeah, it just made me feel better about myself, if that makes any sense. Oh my gosh, I did write here, insomnia is a bitch. I did deal with that. My sleep schedule, because at the beginning, like, you just nap, you nap, walk around a little bit and nap, and Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff is gonna be your best friend. Then you will be in bed, so be entertained. So my hours were completely off, like off kilter, like completely. Week 3, I could not even sleep during the night anymore. I was the only person up during the night. Just, it would be like 4 in the morning, and I start cleaning up by walking around and picking things up with my toes and lifting my leg slightly up so I can bend down and pick it up with my hand. That's the type of stuff I will be doing at 4 in the morning, is cleaning up with my toes. Less nummish. That's what I have on here. Week 4. Less nummish. Getting out of bed by myself. Way better. Another tattoo appointment. And need to learn to straighten my back when walking. Yeah, I had another tattoo appointment. Where's that one? Also scheduled before my operation. I couldn't let it go. Well, I did have to reschedule this one because she wanted me to lay on my stomach. And I kind of did lay on my stomach, which I can't believe I actually did. I took a pillow and kind of like just went for it. It was uncomfortable as heck, but I wanted this tattoo. What can I say? It worked. No complications. Everything went fine. So yeah. What I meant with I need to learn to straighten my back, that takes me back to my first night in the hospital when the nurse helped me out of bed, and she said, you will feel like you want to be hunched when you're walking. And boy, that is true. Like, girl, no, I'm not straightening my back. Are you crazy? Like, that hurts. But it's true though, because when you take little grandma steps and you're shuffling from one corner to the other, you will want to hunch. That's your natural mechanism. So I was hunching for a very long time, even going to Target, just hunching, or Trader Joe's. I was hunching, and I always had to remind myself to, yo, straighten that back. It's fine. Like, you need to learn to straighten that back. It's not going to harm you, but you need to learn how to straighten that back again, because I feel like you will stay in that position for a very long time if you do not constantly remind yourself. When it comes to like bleeding during recovery, I maybe had a little bit of bleeding the first 2 days. It went away. Came back maybe for like an hour, very lightly, week 1 or 2, and that was it. And I'm very thankful for that as well. I had no issues with that. I do know that if you are bleeding lightly, that is normal. Some women bleed up to 8 weeks lightly. I've read that that's supposed to be normal. I mean, my doctor told me that it's normal. She's like, oh yeah, you will experience bleeding, light bleeding for the next 6 weeks. And I just had it for a couple of days, which was awesome. So everything is good there. I did have my 6-week post-op, and that is when the doctor entered, you know, the vagina. And boy, was I nervous, but it didn't hurt at all, which surprised me. She said I'm healing great and I can resume sexual activity. And I just looked at her and I'm like, are you crazy? I didn't at week 6. I did at week 8, and we women are so nervous about this part. And I know we Google a lot about this part. Are we gonna still be the same? That was the major reason I did not even want to have this. I'm like, no, if this is messing with my intimate relations over here with my husband, nothing is happening. But my doctor was basically telling me that it's gonna be fine, blah 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 blah, and so I did it, but I was still worried, and I really thought it's never gonna be the same. Well, at week, well, yeah, a couple days ago, week 8, we tried, and there's no difference. There is absolutely no difference. Again, I did keep 2 of my ovaries, so I didn't experience any dryness or any of those things. But there's absolutely, for me and my husband, there was no difference. Absolutely not. No difference. And no pain, no soreness, no bleeding. I mean, we didn't go ham. Like, you know, you just had surgery, so you just don't go. You know what I mean? It was fine. It was fine. So whoever's watching this, I really hope that I could help you or answer a question that has been bothering you, or I can ease your mind in any type of form, because I was in the exact same position. And this is the reason I'm making this video, because I wanted to be one of the women that can sit in front of a camera and tell you that it's going to be fine. My advice, again, I had abdominal hysterectomy. I didn't have the laparoscopic one where they go in the belly button and, you know, your stomach, because from what I've heard and read, you recover quicker from those procedures than the abdominal one. But either way, just make sure you listen to your doctor, because if you are going to be doing things you're not supposed to be doing, you're just going to mess up your recovery, and it's going to take so much longer. And you can, you know, mess some things up to the point where they would have to go back in, and it's just going to delay so much more. So just take it easy. My recommendation, though, is I do not, and I tip my hat to women that go through this by themselves. Like, I don't, and I have basically teenage kids, so I don't know what I would have done if it would have, you know, had been just me without a support system. Have someone there to help you, to bring you food. Utilize food pickups, you know, like Walmart pickup. You just drive and pick up your groceries. Try to do as little as possible. If anything, this is really the time where you can just lay in bed and don't even feel bad about it. Really, it's about you and your health and your recovery, and you will be just fine. We all sisters here are on the same boat, and we've been through it, and you will get through it. And I mean, at week 2, 3, I was laying in the bed just really having like a little pity party and just trying to pray about it, because I was like, this will never be better. Matter of fact, this window right here, I remember looking out the window onto my lake and just like wishing and oozing to be out there, you know, just be part of the world again. And now I am. I'm back to normal, and I'm so grateful for it. So those are my 2 cents. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. Whatever it is, ask away, please, because I feel like this is a very rambly update, and I feel like, I hope not, but I feel like I have been all over the place. So if there's a question, ask away. I'll answer right away. So to whoever is having a hysterectomy ahead of them, I wish you all the best. All will be well. Get that rest in. It's easy for me to say now, don't be nervous, but I know you are nervous, and you will get through it. You will get through it. Just be patient, listen to your doctor, listen to your body, and you will be on your feet very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.